principal is a cunt. The athletic director is a fuckboy. And, I hope they all die of testicular and cunt cancer.
The first Power was a fucking classic to me.
Really?
And now they're starting to
That's when I started.
They're starting to make these, what do they call them? Spinoffs.
Yeah.
And some are hits, some are misses. Probably more misses than hits. But one of them that I saw there in this particular episode, this lady, she was, in a lot of drama, she's a teacher. She was a professor at a college. All right. And
this is her character in the show? Or
it's a character on the show. She's a professor at a college. And she was about to get fired because she had sex with a student, which is a basketball player. All right. They called her when it came out. She had to go to court and everything, and it came out in the court. They called her that night at home and was like, "Hey, we're gonna need you to come in extra early tomorrow." But she already knows that's because she's about to get fired. I fucking hate when jobs do that.
Yes.
Do not call me to tell me to come in early. Or, you know what I mean? I'm at home, you're calling me. Just tell me I'm fucking fired now. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m., get dressed, take a shower, just to come to work and tell me I'm fired, drive 30 minutes, an hour, fight traffic. That's a fucking... Come on, man. Y'all can do better than that.
Okay, I have a personal experience story in that. I was coaching at Winter Springs High School. I was the JV coach. I got a call from the varsity coach, who I thought was a friend of mine. And he's like, "Hey, can you come early to practice?" And so I'm like, okay, cool. So I leave my regular job. I'm driving out. As I'm driving out, our guy Juan hits me up and goes, "Hey, do you know that they're advertising for JV coach at Winter Springs?" Now, this is a week into the season.
Yeah.
I have that job. So clearly at this point, I know that I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
And so I had to leave my regular job early, drive out there to get fired. It's like, what is wrong with you assholes?
What is wrong, man?
And what I thought, like the guy that I thought was my friend, who I have not dealt with again, was like, at the very least, you could have given me the heads up.
Exactly.
Hey, there's a problem. They're going to let you go. They want to meet with you. But, they didn't, and he didn't. So as far as I'm concerned, he can die. I'm not kidding. This is no laughing matter. I mean, if I see his obituary, I'm cheering. And everyone at Winter Springs High School at the time, they can die as well. The principal is a cunt. The athletic director is a fuckboy. And, I hope they all die of testicular and cunt cancer. So, no love lost for them.
Oh, man. But, I feel like Bubba and Pink is making headway and making changes in the world, dating, relationships. But this is another one, man. Jobs, managers, directors, owners, we have to stop this shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't call the people at home and let them know they're going to get canned, all right? Don't make them drive to work to get canned. And then they're in front of all of whatever. Some jobs and places are made differently, but if they had to come in, see their fucking coworkers and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is a lot going on.
I mean, you could end a relationship via text message. Like, why can't you just end a job the same way?
That's my favorite move.
Yeah. Just is like, no, sir, you're absolutely right. Like, okay, just call the person at home and say, "Hey, sorry to say this, but we're letting you go. We're going to make arrangements to get all your stuff to you at a time when you can come by the office without everybody here."
Exactly.
Just be professional.
Exactly.
About it. And I don't know what it is. Is it like a weird ego power trip to like bring somebody in and let him go? It makes no sense whatsoever.
Just at all, man.
Yes. I don't get it. So,
That shit's gonna change this year, man. We're gonna change shit
gonna
this year.
Spearhead the movement.
Yeah, seriously.
Terminating people with dignity and convenience.
Exactly, like Anthony said, man. Hey, you ain't firing me, I quit. But then you can't collect unemployment, so you might want to watch out for that. We don't We want to make sure we steer you guys in the right way, but.
I mean, I guess there are certain jobs where, like, maybe it would be not to bring you in, but maybe you'd have to, like, tie up some loose ends or something. But, like, my experience, too, like, when you let somebody go, even when somebody announces that they're leaving, the majority of the time it's not worth having them there for the 2 weeks or whatever they say.
Right.
You know, because they have no incentive to work well.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on your work, I mean, if they kind of take some shortcuts, it can expose the whole company to a problem.
No, it could.
You know, so, you know, I think that's all kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. No, seriously.
God almighty.
Once again, you're on the
hit
bench with
home,
Bubba
man.
and Pink, man.
That
Huh?
hit- oh, that hit home.
It did hit home, man.
I just immediately thought of that. I was coming from downtown Orlando, and right when you're getting on I-4, like the little ramp, kind of by, what is it? I can't remember the name of the road. You drive downtown, and you go kind of past the courthouse, kind of like you're going to almost like Orange Avenue, but the upper part by Rollins Hospital, and you get on the ramp there. That's when Juan called me.
Oh, man.
I'll never forget the location. And he's like, "What's going on?" I was like,
Not Juan Bernal.
Juan Bernal, yeah.
Oh, Juan Bernal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay,
he's
okay.
the one. He was
He
not
the one. Yeah,
involved.
he let you know
Yeah.
that the new coach was.
That they were advertising the position.
Advertising the position. Yeah.
Like that Juan who had no knowledge of anything. He wasn't at Winners. He's a friend.
Yeah.
He reaches out. He's
Yeah.
like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
The guy that's watching me get terminated is not. Here's another quick piece of advice: if you're coaching, and you are if you're on the staff of a varsity coach or a head coach who's losing, get out. Because anything you do, you'll get sacrificed.
Yeah.
The 2 times I've been let go in coaching, the varsity coach was 3-22, and 4-21. Every other place, and to be honest, I've done some wild shit coaching high school basketball, and I've never gotten close to being fired anywhere else because the varsity programs are always good.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you're winning, everything's fine. Oh, you broke a water fountain coming out of the gym in anger. We'll just fix it. Whatever. You let players show up to practice whenever they want. You just play them anyway. Whatever you did. You gave a speech about strangling somebody at halftime. Well, we're winning. It's all good.
But as soon as you're losing.
Yeah, but if you're varsity coach, and it's not, I mean, I always won.
Yeah.
Like, literally the last job I was at, I ended up going like 15-10. On the JV team. The varsity team was like 3-22, and the freshman team was like 2-12. So I'm the only son of a bitch who can win a game right here. And I get sacrificed? Are you kidding me? No, it gets better. The varsity and freshman programs both lost players to academic casualties and people quitting during the season. I got to the end of the season with my team intact. The only person in the goddamn basketball program.
That's crazy.
Winning more games than I lost, and I get fired.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I took all my paraphernalia and I dumped it in the parking lot at the ale house.